Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today is the final video for our adventure through the Byrds and Byrds-related artists. And the final one in the series is Elvis Costello's Spike, released on February 6, 1989, in February 7th, 89 in the United States, February 6th in the UK. This was the 12th album from Elvis Costello, and this was the first album he did for Warner Brothers, and so funny enough, it became a big hit for Elvis Costello because it reached it featured one of his biggest solo songs, Veronica, written by Elvis Costello and Paul McCartney, who played on the track. But the reason I tied this into the Byrds is because of the opening track on this album, This Town, featuring Roger McGuinn on the 12-string Rickenbacker, Paul McCartney on the Rickenbacker bass, and Declan McManus, a.k.a. Elvis Costello, on the Rickenbacker 6-string. So it was a big Rickenbacker, but it was also a great meeting of the Macs, Roger McGuinn, Paul McCartney, and Declan McManus. And so the track features those guys. This is a very bright and poppy album for Elvis Costello, despite the fact that the subject matter, like Veronica, God's Comic, Deep, Dark, Truthful Mirror, featuring the Dirty Dozen Brass Band, with a great arrangement from Alan Toussaint, the great Alan Toussaint. So in '87, Elvis started writing with Paul McCartney. We talked about on a previous Daily Record, Flowers in the Dirt. And they wrote about a dozen songs together, and it showed up across several albums. And two of those McCartney Costello songs showed up on here, Veronica, as well as Pads, Paws, and Claws. And so he had signed with Warner Brothers, and as he said, he had the budget for the album of a small independent movie. And so he kind of had in his mind the blueprint of about 5 different albums, and he just decided he'd go ahead and make all of them. He brought back in T-Bone Burnett, who worked with him on King of America, and as a producer, and he recorded in 4 different studios: Ocean Way in Hollywood, Southland Studios in New Orleans, Windmill Lane Studios in Dublin, and Air Studios in London. And there were different musicians in each one. So stylistically, it does go all over the place. Like I mentioned, Veronica became a big hit. This Town also was a single, but never charted. And there also was a single for Baby Plays Around. There was a song on here, the second song, Let Him Dangle. Ben Mott Tench plays on that one, as well as Mark Ribot and Jerry Schiff. That song was a protest song talking about capital punishment, specifically the capital punishment of Derek Bentley. A little bit of the protest stuff like Tramp the Dirt Down. Elvis pretty angry with Margaret Thatcher's government. He actually does express his desire to see her die. And he says, "I'll stand on your grave and tramp the dirt down." Natalie Merchant later said she wished she had written that song. And it was a minor hit after she died, but, as those things are. So the lyrics back here are for the song Stalin Malone. But on the album, it is an instrumental. It doesn't include these vocals, but there are the lyrics there. So one of the bonus tracks on the CD, the deluxe CD, has that, but or has him reciting the lyrics. But maybe a little bit uneven, but a pleasant listen. Like I said, a sort of a bright sounding album, but a worthy debut for Warner Brothers, for a major label. And features Elvis Costello's wit and incredible lyrics. Spike, by the beloved entertainer. Today's Daily Record related to the Byrds, the final Byrds-related release. Enter the contest. The contest goes on until June 15th, so get those entries in. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. In the meantime, I will see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.